achieved.
What's up, my homies, and welcome into Studio Day Heffrey, where I don't know how sensitive my mic is, but if it's sensitive, it's going to pick up dogs barking, because one dog likes to bark at squirrels, the other dog likes to sit next to me and then bark at the other dog barking. So welcome. So today, here's what I want to talk about. I've started my film watching for the prospects of the 2021 NFL Draft. And so I want to go through why I think it's more important than ever that the Cowboys lose this division. Now, for those of you who are offended by that idea, it's not about losing on purpose. The players try their best. The coaches try their best. I'm just hoping for a certain result, okay? And as the division gets further and further away, which please God, someone in this division win another game so that the Cowboys can feel like it's over, then you start playing younger players, okay? The word tanking is just fun. It's not trying to lose games, okay? At least not from the players or the coaches. But I've been watching the top prospects in this draft. And you really want the Cowboys to have a top pick in this draft for a couple of different reasons. One is if you're in the top 5, it doesn't just mean you're in the top 5. You're also in the top 5 of the second round. You're in the top 5 of the third round. And there are more good players in a given draft than people pretend when they first scout them up. And it's like, oh, yep, there's 7 good players and the rest suck. Well, wait and watch their careers because there's going to be a lot more than that. So, as I've been watching these guys, here's what I'm finding. The top of this draft is not what the top of a lot of drafts are. Like, for instance, with the pass rushers, there ain't a Myles Garrett in here. At defensive tackle, there ain't an Aaron Donald in here. At corner, there's not a Jalen Ramsey prospect in here. So at a lot of different positions, you're thinking I'm making an opposite point of what I'm making, but I'm getting there. At the top, teams will want the quarterbacks. Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Zach Wilson at BYU, Trey Lance at North Dakota State, right? People are going to want these quarterbacks. Other than that, let's say you're the Cowboys with the top 5 pick. The Oregon offensive tackle, Sewell, you could pick him if you were stuck in the top 5, and you would be getting a premier prospect, the quarterbacks and the offensive tackle. But I've watched the corners, and I've watched Micah Parsons. To me, these are not premier prospects. Premier prospects are guys who are like, yep, they got all the tools I like, their game tape is great, they're ready to be a star. And I got questions about Surtain, the corner at Alabama, Farley, the corner at Virginia Tech, Parsons. I watched my guy J.C. Horn, the South Carolina corner. I don't want to pick any of those guys in the top 5. Top 12, top 15, that's different. They make less money. It means that I can acquire more picks. So that's where my head is at right now. I'm more captain trade down than ever. Lose the games, get the top pick, give it to somebody else. Because what you want in a draft like this, you don't want to stick in the top 5 and pick a guy who's going to make like giant cornerback money who's not a great prospect. No. You want to move down, let other people sort that out. If somebody wants to fire on a corner in the top 5, be my guest. I'll take the third corner off the board because people aren't as good at this as they pretend to be. Like, I'm good at watching tape and ranking players. I'm good at it. And that can sound cocky or whatever, but I am. But it doesn't mean that if I say, especially in a class like this, with Jalen Ramsey, it was easy. That was the top corner. In this year's class, I don't think it's like that. All of these guys, you're going to look at and be like, well, if he this, or, oh, but if he this, then he's going to be. So when it's like that and guys are all kind of in a same tier, you're basically guessing at which one is going to be the best out of this group. And so I'll eliminate that guesswork. So, I'll just eliminate the guesswork. Let somebody else make that pick. So to me, it's really important because the other part of this is read John Machota on The Athletic. What he did was projecting the 2021 Dallas Cowboys roster and the Dallas Cowboys 2021 starting lineup. And he projected 3 draft picks, the first round, the second round, the third round, right? And the way he projected it was in the first round, they take a corner. In the second round, they take a safety. In the third round, they take a edge rusher. So with all the free agents that leave, the offense he had projected the exact same. Your exact same O-line, quarterback, running backs, wide receivers, everything the exact same. On defense, Your only changes were Xavier Woods was gone, and he was replaced by the TCU safety Morig, and Cheeto and Jordan Lewis are gone and replaced by Patrick Surtain, which there's nothing wrong with that. That's cool. That's nice for the future to have a quality safety prospect and a quality corner prospect. But as I was looking at it, I was like, you know what would be way better than this? Would be take out Surtain's name, okay? Take out all three of their names because he picked a defensive end from Florida State in the third round that would be projected to be a backup, right? So the goal is this defense needs more help than that. They need as much help as you could possibly give them. So what you'd love to do is say, okay, I'm not as sold on these top corners as everybody else, where you're going to pick in the top 5 or 8, and you're going to pick a corner who's going to make, what would they make at that pick, like $4, $5, $6 million a year? I don't know. I don't have it in front of me. But instead of that, what I would love to see them do is, let's say you lose out and you have a top 3 pick, somebody comes to get a quarterback, you move down. Ideally, it's a team who has multiple first-round picks. And so now you've moved down a little bit. There's only a couple of those, so maybe not. But either way, you get at least that first-round pick, their second-round pick, maybe their third-round pick, maybe a 1 next year, maybe a 2 next year, whatever. But you add a pick in the top 50. Now what I can do is I can take one of the top pass rushers in the draft. And much like the corners, there is not a Myles Garrett here. There is not a consensus top pass rusher in this draft class. But I can take one of those top 2 or 3 that can contribute right away on my defense. And I take one of them. Then I take my corner and my safety. What I'm looking for is a way to get an additional, at least one, impact player and hopefully other darts to throw at the board when you're drafting these players. Try to find as much help for this defense as I can possibly find. And if you want to throw in an offensive lineman somewhere, fine. But lose the division, gain extra picks, and then bail out of that spot. It also does offer you, of course, the advantage of, if they wanted to pick a quarterback or to pick a premier prospect in Sewell, the offensive tackle out of Oregon. But that's what I'm trying to do, man. I'm trying to pull the ripcord here. I'm trying to get out of that. I'm trying to get way up out of there. I'm not trying to pay giant money to a prospect that I think is less than that. So we're just trying to acquire players. Let me get to some mailbag stuff with you guys. Adrian Moore, he said, I'm supporting your algorithm because I asked you questions for about a month straight, maybe 2, and you never read one of my questions. So I assume I suck at asking questions, but I still love you. Captain Trade Down is back, baby. And I'm going to read 4 things from Adrian, because if somehow I've missed you for months, you deserve to get your shine on. Out of all the plays I've watched this year, I think CeeDee's interception of your microphone and electrical equipment was top 5. Where do you grade it? Yeah, if you saw that while we were live on the radio and my dog ripped my headphones off my head, the microphone off of here, and drug everything around the backyard, it was wonderful. Had a great time. Don't you think Joe Thomas was the best linebacker we had so far this year? I don't understand why he isn't playing more. Can you answer that, Jeffrey? They've all played poorly, but Vander Esch gives you a chance to have a guy play really, really well, and Sean Lee is still decent. Jalen Smith, some games, shows up. So, no, Joe Thomas kind of is what he is, which is he's a journeyman. He's a backup. He's there. If somebody needs to play, he can play. So that's what he's there to do, and he'll do it when he's told he has to do it. And then if Garrett Gilbert Gottfried, I prefer Garrett Gilbert Grape, was starting, we might not be in team tank mode, but jury is out on Dalton. Let's see what happens with Minnesota. I don't care which quarterback plays all that much. I wish it was Garrett Gilbert, because honestly, the odds are that Andy Dalton's better than Garrett Gilbert. The odds are that a 10-year starter is better than a guy who's 30 years old and just got his first NFL start and just now is thinking, holy crap, I might have played well enough to be a backup in the league next year and make some money. I don't care which guy starts. All I care about is that Minnesota finds a way to beat the Cowboys. That's all I care about. And I think they can do that. I think Minnesota can beat the Cowboys, and I think they might beat them by double digits. We just need somebody in the NFC East to get it together. Maybe the G-Men. Maybe the G-Men can get it together. Dave Gettleman said that people were telling him they were the best 2-7 team ever. Whatever that means. So hopefully the Giants can get it together. Somebody, for crying out loud, win this division, please. It ain't going to be the Cowboys. Let's see. Those are older questions. think those are older questions. Yeah, they are. Okay, so leave in the comments what you want to talk about tomorrow. I will do my best to pull some of those questions and hook you guys up. We'll have a lovely conversation. Make sure you subscribe, youtube.com/Jeff Kavanaugh. And, yeah, make sure you leave something in the comments. Click on the bell. Turn on the notifications. Why? Because it helps me, and I love you. Do I have my camera low? I'm way up here today. All right, I love you guys. Bye.